Yes, the yards that made me the man I am. The place that ironed and grilled me into who where am I going with this, Henry? I was going to say something.
Again, you tried something.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you just got to try, you know?
Yeah.
Fear of failure is lame.
We'll get into the deciding map here. The knife has been concluded. It's G2 with the advantage of the CT start here. They've got two smokes on the CT side. I see that too often. One flash in HE and an inside play looking likely from MIBR. You're in a really good stead to get the bomb down towards inside. Whether they can do much more than that is yet to be seen, but they don't have to finish in that area, of course. They still have positional control towards main entrance as they start to set up their utility here. Flashbang towards the pop dog room, and they'll probably pounce towards outside off this with 4 players. We'll see if that comes true. Shooting the windows to try out the sound of the flash being thrown. No one there. Still go back towards inside now.
Lucas backing away, so inside seems to not necessarily be the call.
I'm not sure what the call is at this point.
Is there a call?
Yeah, I feel like they were hoping to find a kill there and go off it.
Service?
But they're going to smoke outside and try and get a plant, but it looks at things now. Fallen to deliver that. He's got a flash as well, so they'll go off this one, the smoke. Flash, that's the cue. Get out, try and get the plant, see what happens. And they flashed each other, I think, but either way, they are out.
They are. Lucas pushed around the E-box. Taco lost inside of Sandwich. Is a taco a form of sandwich? If a hot dog is, surely a taco must be. Kenny and Dominic don't really care. They're going to eat it either way, and they get the kill. Kenny shuts it down, and unlike Dust 2, G2 have won a pistol. They only lose Shocks in the process.
Pretty clean stuff there, and it didn't seem like MIBR were very assertive with their game plan. I would have preferred just a normal inside play, try and get that plant, and at least have some sort of fighting chance there. They were toing and throwing between different ideas. Wasn't clear where they were going to end up. The outside play doesn't work out for them, as now round 2 Force Spy will be here. Their Deagles have been superb today. See if they can replicate that here on Train. It's a long-range map up against the 3 rifles of G2. A couple of MP9s in the mix as well. And Shocks has got no armor right now. He went glass rifle. See if this is going to work out for him. Kenny has the first. That's going to be dropped. And Taco did spot one towards the lower ramp, but G2 holding in their crossfires. You can see they've got nice control towards Pop Dog as well. Zeus down to 14 HP.
Taco pushing out. Fair shots. Oh, goodness. The nade just making sure the corpus was fully in the ground because the shot came in first from Shocks. Lucas, long, Fallen, but Dominic on the other side of both of them has got the first kill. Fallen does spectacularly hit the shot back on the Deagle, but long way to go in the round. Even if they want to get up.
Hello.
On plant, Fallen, please stop. You're making my job very difficult, but very exciting. It's great to watch as he works more in further. Bomb's even going to go around and come in Ivy with him because he's holding ground that gives them a chance to the plant. 37 seconds. There certainly is time enough to do so. Old bomb coverage, though. That's the problem. If they push it through, Shocks can surprise.
Yeah, shouldn't be a chance of winning the round, but a bomb plant would be great. They got to smoke that. And Fallen, as we mentioned before in the previous games, if you've got that Deagle, you're hitting the one dig, you don't necessarily need armor.
Oh, wow.
Zeus brings it back to now a situation where they can win this.
That was a huge read. They knew that if they missed this show Fallen, this is incredible from him. A third one dig. They read so well. They took shots at Jax to bait the player at Old Bomb. Flash high. Zeus got the kill. Bomb down. We are on. It's Jax versus 2. They've spread so far out as well. They're in perfect positions to trade off one another. And Fallen is upgraded onto a FAMAS. Making a ton of noise. Zeus knows exactly where he is. Doesn't peek as he has 14. Round's already done. Jax doesn't have a kit. What a performance in a 2 versus 4 and a Deagle from Fallen. It was 2 versus 5, really, because it started with the first kill against Dominic.
Yeah, and they seem relatively calm with that. I thought they'd be falling out their chairs with that one. It's Fallen. It looked like the Eagles got a couple of kills. Okay, yeah, that's fine. You're going to damage their money going forward. Somehow, he makes this one work all the way through. No armor, by the way. Just absolutely railing them with the Desert Eagle. It works out in a dramatic fashion as G2 will have to force by in response. Amanek and Kenny all in with the scouts. They have saved a bit of cash, as we mentioned before. They try and keep their money relatively strong. They don't necessarily buy armor every single time, but they have invested heavily. Scouts can be very powerful on a map like Train. Not necessarily looking for the headshots. Just want to do as much damage as he can to the body and set those pistols up for the clean kills. See if it can be done. Fallen actually has the AWP now. Not surprising considering how much money he farmed in the previous round. They're going to take it very slowly. No one wants to commit to a choke point. Stay together. Make sure that no rifles are given up.
Jax timidly up and down the ladder. Maybe he'll climb up and hit a headshot with the pistol. Make 3 casters kind of go whoa all at once. Be famous forever. And then go back down the ladder. Zeus waiting patiently if anyone will push through towards spawn. He's actually going to head down toward Ivy. They've got another player heading in that direction. That's Taco.
Yeah, they're in trouble here because Shoxy's recovered the rifle. A 5-on-4. And again, there's no real clear finish here. 2 players towards Ivy. They have a smoke for the left-hand side. They do need to get a pick, though. They'd rather challenge this and see if they can bring it back to a 4-on-4 if possible. Taco fending off any aggressing CT players towards that main entrance. Lucas with the pre-fire towards the bomb site. No one there, trying to draw them out. There's a player towards Pop Dog. It looks like he's got decent position. That's going to be Shox with the M4, remember. Taco trying to avoid him, take the attention away. It's worked out quite nicely for a couple of kills here. 9 seconds as the bomb gets planted. The scout nails it, but advantage MIBR with the C4 down.
Shot back in, Fallen tagged to 23. Zeus getting Omnic quite quickly with the AK-47. Lucky shots back through, and he's going to swing, and he could actually catch out Zeus. Fallen, rather, excuse me. I thought it was Zeus because they're both low HP, but it was Fallen that was sneaking up the wall. He's behind Taco as well, who's not heard him coming until he was far too close. Zeus has to be in the right position at the right time. They're already on the defuse, gets it down to one-on-one, and he'll win it out against Kenny.
I think he had it regardless about the kit there, but still, that's going to boost his confidence. You can see him enjoying himself there. That's nice to see. Warms my heart, and it will be the coach to close things out there. It got a little bit too dicey for MIBR, but as long as they win that round, it doesn't necessarily matter because you're up against a full eco next round regardless. You can see this. Zeus knew what he had to do. Focus on the player that could have taken him down there. He had 32 HP, but he nails both kills, and we go into, indeed, a full eco here for G2. 1 P250, a CZ, no nades, no armor, for chomping at the bit to get stuck in here. He knows there's a chance to open things up, and he certainly will. That's Kenny S going down. It's an inside stack, and that should be round in itself from that 1 kill.
Oh, it's 2 close rounds. Came to clutches. Fallen Deagle one certainly will be memorable. Omnic already behind them, though. We'll get the gun, but they'll concede the round. He wants the AK to carry over, so MIBR to find a third. Fallen heading back that direction. I don't think they really can justify this, chasing down weapons, because they don't have money built up themselves, and giving away another AK would be a huge problem. Jax at least spotted and removed. Shox should be taken care of and dispatched as well. Not quite 2 HP, he'll run. But Zeus with pistol. Nothing to lose. He's going to sneak in behind them.
Yeah, you're right there. Making sure he checks every crevice of the map. It will be the low HP Shox towards T-spawn. At this point, just saving a CZ. Might as well take something at the next round instead of absolutely nothing. Zeus doesn't quite get the 1 dig.
That would have been a lovely shot.
Yeah, didn't quite have the time to make it work. Saved AK, though. Certainly enables G2 to buy up into this one. Lucky could drop the AWP, not going to happen. So they'll be with 5 rifles. Once again here, Shoxy, if he had $50 more, would have been able to drop the AWP, but not going to happen. Does he stay on the pistol here? I think he's going to do it. Oh, MP9. I was about to say, like, I don't mind that too much. Like, you want to keep the money strong. Goes to the MP9. Already had armor, so there we go. We're going to see the next round come through. Fast play here from IBR. 3-1 up on the T side of train. Amanek will be dropped here by Lucas, and Jax has to fight back. He's at the E-box, but everyone's already out.
Shox pushes back into the smoke. Taco, the one that he finds. Kenny's added to that, so now the guns are back up. Shox is upgraded to an AK even. Things are back to normal, or so I thought. Bomb was dropped. Fallen found a kill. He's got to find them all. 2 to go. Lucky versus Jax. Lucky versus Jax? Lucky with Jax. Hopefully they don't verse each other. That'd be a little weird right now.
Yeah, that wouldn't be ideal.
Fallen's going to go the long way around. Remember, he does not have the bomb in this. If he had the bomb, I might suggest going to B as an option. That's not going to work. Jax got there. Beat him to position. Silent but sure. He's gone. It's a one-round game. And I mentioned last round in the fact that they couldn't justify the chase. There wasn't a lot of money built up for MIBR. They're in a precarious position because Zeus isn't in a spot to buy, and I think it was Taco was the other. Fallen's the other, excuse me, on 1800. The other three could, so what do they do?
Let's have a look at the money on G2. That would be indicative as to whether they want to purchase into this one. They're already doing the maths themselves right now. If they got G2 in a compromised position, I would say it's worth it, considering it's early on, and you're trying to just get inside the minds of G2 here. You're trying to upset them. You're trying to steal rounds away. We've already seen Fallen with that Desert Eagle, what he can do with not very much at all. And they are going to buy into it. So yeah, there'll be a couple of players without weapons, but it's fine. This is, if they do win this one, it's absolutely monumental in the context of this map. Fallen has $0 and a Glock armor right now. I assume there's something on the ground for him to pick up. That would not be the most tantalizing approach. And what is that? Deagle on the floor. That will do. So 3 rifles, Zeus and Fallen with the lesser weaponry as they set up. Flashbang towards outside. Be furthest to try to open things up. Gets towards Olof. Trying to see if he can just find a CT out of position here, find a kill, and his teammates can maybe recover a weapon, but he's got to do a lot of heavy lifting here.
Very much so. Fur. That's on a platter. Nearly got away from him. He walked just when he shoots. That's so frustrating when that happens.
He nails it still. They can hold up at this point. Is there any reaction? Is someone going to push inside? They have one smoke, a couple of flashes. It's the same approach as before. They shoot the glass as the flash is being thrown, so you can't get the flash bounce. No one there to receive it, though. And it's Jax now, who's under pressure. You can see he doesn't really have cover towards Ivy. He has to fight by the E-box here. He has got his teammate in the form of Shocks with him, but I feel like MIBR got the upper hand here. Nice positioning, great teamwork, and this is why this round was such a big deal. If they did win this one, it shuts down the money for the Frenchman, and it will extend that lead to 4-2 instead of it going 3-3. So this risk has worked out so well for them. All 5 players presumably survive. I think Ferg gets dropped here, but still, they've won this round. No problem.
Yeah, very solid play. Absolutely justified. 3rd kill for Lucky, but it's the round gone, so 4-2. And MIBR T side, again, you mentioned their CT side was famed. Not quite this team, 3 of them, if you want to call that the core, but not with Lucas or Zeus on board at the time. Still, though, if they can accumulate these T-sided rounds early enough, it would make a massive difference when we do swap over. Lucky just trying to keep the AK alive. That's a gun, first and foremost, but an AK on the CT side that they would be able to work with. Bonus is only going to be 2nd round at this point. Yeah, it's going to build to a 2nd round now for G2. Third round, excuse me. I always get confused because the first dash is actually the 2nd bonus. So
Lucky won't be doing much of this apart from saving the weapon, but he has 4750 on the nose, you might notice there. So, what does that enable, Matt? Pop quiz for you.
I think that enables going to the bank and opening a savings account with no penalties on withdrawals and a 1.7% interest rate.
It does do all of those things, but it also allows you to buy an AWP, which they have not gone for. Like we said, more conservative, this G2 lineup, than previous ones. I would have said a year ago, they would have bought that up, no problem, and Kenny would have tried his best to win the round, but they'll have to just try and do what they can with Lucky's AK. He dropped a Deagle, I think. That was about all he did for his team, instead of bringing out the heavy artillery. So, still a chance to win the round, but not as tantalizing as a Kenny SAWP thrown into the mix.
Weird. Taco getting Lucky down immediately when he walked out with the AWP. Zeus. Smoke. Oh, careful. There's the man beside you, and he's gotten ready for it. Low HP, pistol to peek. Couldn't do anything to Zeus, although Amina can. Bomb down. Smoke still to hide inside of, and Zeus now, ooh, I thought he realized, looked away from it. He wasn't sure where the shot originally came from. That silencer, somewhat deceiving. But now 5-2, and guns certainly this time. Kenny still with 4,900, so he did buy in maybe a little bit too much last round to enable him to get armor in the op.
Well, it's been
He's
purchased.
on for the glass cannon anyway. He didn't need to be a glass cannon this round.
On train, it's not the biggest deal. On maps like Inferno, it's more significant. Train, you obviously can make it well playing the backtracks, inside bomb site, and you can hold lots of tight angles where you can't even receive any nades towards your direction. So it's not as big a deal as other maps, but still not ideal for sure, as they're going to be rushing inside here. They absolutely are. MIBR using the death ball once again. It's lucky to try and find the first, and now Kenny S. Remember, now this is where it becomes an issue. Any bullets go in his general direction, he's got problems, and Fur does as well, trying to sneak through towards CT spawn. Taking down my Amanek. They needed that frag. If it went against them, probably not even worth the retake.
Shocks silently works his way back toward the bomb. He knows that Fallen's gone up the sidewalk. Who can find him first? Taco's the one near the smoke, but Kenny finds him by jumping up, looking long. Watch the swing, because Shocks knew that Fallen was there, had to get on top of it, and look who has to clutch yet again. Both in front of him, they spot his feet and remove him very quickly.
If he gets one of those kills, he's a little bit more patient. He had a real chance there. I was about to say there was no kits, but Shocks did find one regardless on his way to the bomb, so maybe that wouldn't have been a huge factor. Zeus unable to win it out, but still the money strong from IBR. A nice inside play. They had a Mac 10 there, just trying to group up, make things uncomfortable, unpredictable, and they get a plant, and it does get down to a position where they could have won it. Kenny S, though, like I said, the fact he didn't have armor wasn't a huge factor there. He still fights right to the very end of that round. So we go 5-3. Scoreline still not great for the French. And they're still on a knife's edge in terms of the finances. Jax with an MP9. Orp still there for Kenny, of course. The reinvestment of grenades, though, has cost them so much cash. They really need this one to go in their favor. They need to start building up a bankroll as they go for an aggressive play. Fur is in such a prime position to shut it down if they go any further than this, but that smoke suggests they won't. Just got to get control and buy time at this stage. Good grenade towards Fur. Actually goes right down his throat as he's dropped to 59 HP. Lining up the flashbangs again by the looks of things. Zeus is in a position to do the flash if required, but waiting for any sort of push from the CT side as well.
Rotates off the angle. Jax holding with the MP9. Quick shots from Shocks. Reveals that he's pushed up, but he has to back away now. Can't hold that on his own, certainly with knowledge given away. Good flash in. Taco's able to take down Jax. Lucky backside boxes at entry points, and he knows that he's very uncertain of position as he had to look back to Ivy. No information, and they're getting overrun. Almanac's going to try and be clever to salvage the round, but he's spotted by Fur. Didn't even get the kill. Looks back. That brings Zeus back out from the bomb plant, and down he goes. It was really a comedy of errors, unfortunately, that round for G2. One at a time, getting caught off and out of position.
Taco has been sharp today as well. The fact he's nailing those sort of shots with the Krieg is impressive to say the least. It's going to be Shoxy with no chance here. And remember, we said this round was a bit of a must-win for them. Loss bonus is slightly there, I suppose, but won't be enough for a buy next round, even with the saved M4. Diffuse kits, M4 armor, that's all he really has to save into next round. No one will be hunting him. That's about all they've got going for them on this final map of this best of 3. G2 just looking very weak today. I have to say, not the team I expected. As you can see the cash down the left-hand side, it's poor. There's a decision to be made here. This is either full eco of the M4 or you go all in and try and desperately get some rounds here. That's the flash we're talking about. Zeus through it. He lined himself up earlier for it. Taco flies down with the Krieg. It's a beautiful thing, really. Really nice play. And will they take the tactical timeout? I think they just take the full eco by the looks of things. CZ, Amanek. Shoxy's AFK. Just hanging out.
I don't know. We don't have webcams, so I can't see what he's up to. But apparently just discussing things, perhaps. Has the M4, by the way, and the kit and the armor. So see how that plays out for him in this round. Don't forget, this is certainly an elimination match or a placement match for the playoffs, depending on how you look at it. Winner of this will go into the arena, the United Center, tomorrow. the other game that we have is Vitality Heroic. That's the same. The winner of that would move on, and whoever succumbs to that series will bow out of the event at that juncture. Watch Zeus holding stairs because they are already inside at B. If they wanted to, they don't have a lot to lose. They've lost Shocks. That was the only gun. They could swing in behind and try and steal some weapons away, and they line up in the corridor accordingly.
Zeus now, his objective is defend that rifle, make sure they don't get it for the next round. He doesn't necessarily need to find those kills, just needs to make sure the rifle is not given up. So they're going to try and grab that now. Zeus will try and maybe throw his AK behind him, like that, grab it and get out. That's all he had to do. Job done, as far as I'm concerned. Don't need to kill these players. That's very wise and informed by a Zeus there. I like it. And we'll see him fall back. And you can see the CT now. Where's the gun gone? Oh, well, guess we'll leave with nothing. Keeps his money strong. And that's the main thing here. Like, Fer doesn't have to go for that at all. That's reckless. He gives up a rifle, and that's cost him money. After Zeus just made that play to deny them a rifle, you just give them one up because you wanted a couple of kills. Yeah. That's messy, but not a big deal, I suppose.
Well, get the water into you, son. Stay hydrated. Yep, that's the water. He was just checking to see if there was water.
What is going on?
Maybe he's got a really dry nose.
I've never drunk through my nose before. Maybe that's the thing.
Probably shouldn't try that. I don't recommend it.
I've got a bottle of water here. Let's try what happens now.
Mute your mic first.
No, I want to give everyone the full experience.
I apologize for what is about to happen.
I won't. I think that might actually make me pass out from lack of breath. I'm not going to try that one just yet. But G2 need to wake up. This is disastrous. MIBR, fair enough that they've played a great game. Simple one. They're hitting their shots. They have looked better individually, but this is almost like, this is catastrophic for G2. This is the game they woke up this morning thinking like, okay, we almost beat the #1 team in the world yesterday. We had them. We should have 2-0'd that. We made a few mistakes. Now we can learn from those mistakes and take the easier game. MIBR haven't looked great for the last 6 months. They're playing with their coach right now. This will be a walk in the park, and we'll focus on the tournament as we go on. Now, we're having the conversation that they're about to go out on train. They had 3 rounds on their CT side, where MIBR have 7. And they might not be slowing down as they go towards inside, trying to beat the Kenny S AWP. And there's 3 CTs. Oh my God, he was fully blind there. That's insane. I don't know how he gets that kill with the Krieg at close range, but he'll take it all day long. There's just an absolute bloodbath here on the inside bomb site. Fer, he's holding off the rotations, and that's job done. Again, simple, yet very effective.
Very effective. It's Taco running over everyone. You're absolutely right.
How does he get that kill to work? That the Krieg's difficult at close range at the best of times. He was 100% blind and just kind of an educated guess as to the CT's position. That was pretty much all he had to go with, and it nails a headshot straight away. And Fer likes a frag, likes a hunt, and he can smell blood in the water. We'll see if he can get this kill. Again, goes down. Unlucky this time as he got Amanek to 1 HP. That money's strong though. It's okay for hunts.
Yeah, well, this is an 8th round now for MIBR.
Exactly right. Like, you're just trying to like be a foot on the throat at this point. As like take everything away you can, give them nothing for the next few rounds, but doesn't work out. 2 AK save for G2. So look at that, fully blind, just spraying wildly towards the corner. I like it. Lucky must be so frustrated with that one. That's a CT flash as well. So like that was designed so he can get a big spray down towards the lower ramp. It was timed well. Just very unlucky and very nice from Taco. Did he take eco off this as well? Oh my God, this doesn't get any easier. They can still win this round. These are the kind of rounds that normally do find success, considering like MIBR might be a little bit sloppier, thinking they're against the pistols, and Amanek and Jax can light them up, but Taco lining up the same flash. There you go, it's a nice tutorial for you all at home. We all know how to do it now.
Hey, future pros.
This is how you throw the flashbang. You want to shut the windows as well, guys, while you're here. That will just shroud the sound of it. There you go, shoot that. Down the flashbang goes. You should be able to find... Don't blind your teammate. That's not the way it's supposed to go, but pretty much that's it.
Oh dear, getting awkward. The shot actually nailed Taco. He's on 8 HP. Jax takes A main. That means he could turn to find Taco. Doesn't have a lot of coverage. And as those two jostle for position, oh, big gap in that smoke, it brings Amanuk back in from Z Connector. Tries to spray through. He got away.
Yep, that's all he had to do in that position. If he goes down, that's a massive problem. Jax, they know he's locked in towards main entrance, so they want to focus on him now and get that kill. I think that's the play. Zeus might be playing with fire at this point, though. He doesn't want to overcommit to this. Nice grenade. Not quite enough damage, though, to justify pushing that. Jax, though, at least knows he's detected. Same story for Shox. Zeus being very patient here. Does his position work out for him? Down to 4 HP. That should be as good as a kill at this point. He can't really challenge that again, Jax, that is. They know exactly where he is. They've got 30 seconds. You have to move eventually. Oh, no, Fur, not the knife. He gets away with it. The round should be under control still. Fur knows there's a low HP player in this position, but there is a chance of 20 seconds of the clock that Amanek gets a couple of kills here, maybe denies the plant. Well, that's gone down inside, so forget all that. And he gets a couple of kills. That's what I thought could happen, but the bomb was on the other side of the map. So no round victory, but still a close one for G2, but that really doesn't help them at all. A round that comes down to a 1 versus 1 on an eco at this stage of the game, when you're going to be 9-3 down and their money's already fine for the rest of the half. I guess saving the AK something, but ultimately does nothing for you. Taka will be dropped here. Did he have the AWP by any chance? I didn't catch it. He did. Okay, well, that's actually quite significant. Amanek will now be able to drop a weapon if required and have a nice little bankroll to go with it. So that's something there. Good job from Fallen and Co. He'll survive. They've done so good on this T half map. This is unprecedented. T side of Train, considered to be one of the most CT biased maps next to Nuke we have in the map pool right now. And they are absolutely destroying G2 with, like we said, a simple yet effective game plan. See a nice tweet there from Yanko. Can't really read that one out on there, but I love the sentiment.
Yeah. Yanko's certainly made his stake or claim to the pro scene so far. We'll see how things transpire for him coming into the major cycle with FaZe. Fallen back around with Taco. Top side of the ladder. Fur's even going to bail out and come back up with them. So swap the guns back over. Couldn't get the quick spawn or shot. Op goes back to the trusting hands of Fallen. Was a bit of aggression over here earlier on from Shox. We did see him push the tunnels at B a few times, but they've since gone far more passive, and Shox, for good reason, he has the AWP. 1 of 2. So very default focused from MIBR this round.
Yeah.
10 T side would be huge. Again, these guys almost lost this map, this very map, to Envy yesterday and got knocked out of the tournament. They forced overtime after Psalm clutched, I think, a 1v1 in round 29.
Insane.
And left us with a great soundbite for future years. Then they came back to win it. Now they find themselves here against the team again that almost beat Liquid. I know I've told you this storyline in map 1, but I have to reiterate it because that's how much things can change in a day.
Amanek with a double kill on the cards here, or absolutely nothing. Lucas has just been so great today, and Jax is stepping up. He had to at this point. This game is falling apart at the seams here. Taco's looking so strong with that Krieg, I have to say. And now for 3 versus 1, might as well go for it. Plenty of money. See what he can do here. With 9 seconds, I would say not much. But if he gets a couple of kills, oh, especially like that, he's going to rattle the defense here. G2 just cowering now, making sure they win the round, which they will. And Fur won't get any extra cash for next round, but he still has the gun, utility, and 4K in the bank. So he's absolutely fine in that regard. Here's Jax. A much-needed sequence from him. A couple of kills here. And you can see, MIBR are not deploying all the smokes, all the flashbang behind that sort of pressure. They're just playing an unpredictable, untelegraphed game. So it's been very good so far. Managing to pick up that second round force by got them into it. Remember, they lost the pistol as well. And the 9-4 up on the T side. That's pretty remarkable. Double orb setup on the CT side, as Lucas just helping himself towards main entrance. This time, Shoxy ready and waiting. We'll find the opening frag. Taco just trying to jump through flames. It's a very loose one, this game. I'll say that much. I guess at that point, you've already lost the first frag. Might as well see if you can claim one back as they boost towards inside. Now, you see this work maybe 1 out of 10 times you're going to kill from this. Always worth a go, especially when you're desperate. Nothing there for now.
Lucky waiting down below. Zeus gonna boost. Run boost, Fallen in fact, toward the upper sidewalk. No one there on the receiving side of it. sound too far to be heard, but Shox is still staring in that direction and certainly ready for the fight. Flash Smoke tried to time it. His delivery a little bit late. Lucky's is not. He gets both. Fallen finally returns it, but oh, Bomb's still up there and he jumped down. Don't think it matters much in a 1-on-5 though, does it? Has Shox 37 seconds. It becomes a factor if he finds this next kill and does still have to loop back to find the bomb.
They know he can win this. G2 are aware. Good shot from Kenny Esther. That's what they needed. A convincing finish towards the end. But there was a moment there where I thought Fallen was going to find yet another kill. Nice display of skill, but the money is going to be in a compromised position for this final round. There'll be enough for a few rifles, so opening frag, you can see, like I said, like loose gameplay here. A couple of flashes over, send Lucas out. He's been playing like the Terminator today, so why not? Taken by Shox at the start. Kenny has to close things out. They have 3 rifles, 2 pistols. That is enough, though. MIBR can get double digits on their T side. Oh, it's going to be a struggle. G2 still in this, though. Remember, the fact the coach is playing, just because it's a CD-sided map doesn't mean this will be a CD-sided team. I'll explain more of that later.
Yes, it's certainly stylistic.
Yeah.
Taco gonna run it down? No, he's not. He's gonna turn away. I thought he would support Zeus. He does now. Zeus doesn't need his support because he has a pistol.
Of course he does. That's where he gets the majority of his kills. He gets a second there as well. I think he did damage towards Kenny S. He's got 2.5 kills this round, and it's for double digits on the T side here of Train. Shoxy will be on the other side of the bomb site here. He's going to have to hit some wonderful shots here, and that's going to be the first. Can he get the no-scope? It's a quick one. 2-on-2. A chance now for, will silence him. And Lucky left the clutch in round 15.
Yeah, Fur pretty much had to take matters into his own hands on that, given that Shox got away with the second one toward the hitch. Lucky working back in, had the lineup, but Fur finds the shot. 10-5 MIBR after the first half, after the T side of Train. Goodness me, we're gonna take a break. We'll see if G2 can get back into this series, maybe find their way to the playoffs, or don't they?
Chasing all my dreams now lately. No matter if I try too hard, nothing's ever enough, baby. No, I don't care too much. I don't care too much. As long as I can keep you by my side. I don't care too much. We got time, no rush. In your eyes, I always see there is something meant for me. Different.
10-5, MIBR surprisingly are in control of this series and this map, this being the third one.
Yes.
So G2 don't have a lot of time to turn things around. That chicken might have to step back up.
Yeah. The sixth man, they're calling him. We'll see if he can deliver, as they will need this pistol to stand a chance. They lose this one, it's going to be a real rough battle to try and get back into. But remember, MIBR, yes, it's a CD-sided map, but with Zeus playing here, there's going to be compromise. He's had a great game. He's actually like 6th on the server in terms of frags right now, but it's fair to be challenged first shots. It looks like he has him. Glock at close range will always come out on top there, and it will be a nice opening pick for G2. Now, at this point, they can bide their time. They've got a smoke and a Molotov. I think that it's going to fall back towards inside. A standard smoke down lower ramp, Molotov connector, bomb down, and hopefully a victory for them because they desperately need this.
Lucas, top of the bomb train. Taco to bait it in. You're right, no smoke. First one for Taco means Lucas isn't even detected. They just walk the bomb to them and give it away.
Why didn't they just smoke and Molotov and go in together with protection?
Always wear protection.
Yeah, that was just abysmal.
Kenny does pull it back, still at 2-on-2, so we're not lost yet. They could somehow salvage this as Fallen works out from Z connector, clearing angles, making sure they aren't too far forward of the site because they cannot see it from the floor where Lucas is positioned. Shock's even considering the long con of going back around, flanking the site to get the bomb. Kenny was going to wait for that, but now they've elected to just go straight in, and Fallen finds Kenny immediately. It's Shock's that has to work in all by his lonesome with 48 HP, and Lucas was waiting.
They're throwing that one. Like, they get the opening pick. You've got a minute on the clock. 4 players who are inside. I understand what they're doing, trying to act fast and surprise them, but they've got so much pressure on their shoulders there because you haven't eradicated the risk of the lower ramp, so you have to focus towards that connector. You didn't drop your utility, and you've just run out one by one. It's a lovely setup by MIBR, don't get me wrong, but I feel like G2 could have at least given themselves a fighting chance of getting a bomb plant out of that as they offer themselves up. They do not force buy in response, so 12-5 looking very likely. AK's in the third. MP9s for now, though, out in a trio for Taco, Fur, and Fallen as they only really have to deal with Shoxy here. He's got the Desert Eagle. The rest are on Glocks. They've got a flashbang. As we normally say, inside area for the plant is normally advisable. Totem drop looking likely towards Pop Dog, but Fallen has got the perfect weapon to deal with that, and he'll get both players. Money farmed at this stage, and they lose 1 kill. That's fine. It's just further goes down, and they know the AKs are out next. So there's probably a chance the AWP is brought out now, just to boost their chances, considering they have considerable firepower. There it is. Fallen will purchase it. So MP9s and AWP, you've got options to push inside here, but I feel like that's a little bit obvious. Maybe you want to push main entrance, for example. I think MIBR are well known for pushing that lower ramp, and G2 will just be sitting back in a very passive default to kick things off. So we'll see what they've got in mind. MIBR do have to try and find a quick pick if possible.
Nade deep inside of the site, won't catch, just about not catch anyone. For tickled at best. Lucas already with the first kill. Spots Jax. Tough position to be in. Jax certainly has the advantage on the AK, and you can see why. It penetrates and does a heck of a lot more damage than the MP9 is capable of. Lucas gets the AK. Big risk.
Massive risk. And he still wants a bit more. I guess he has the advantage of smoke now. He's in position. But that was a great start. MP9 delivering, and maybe Fallen can as well.
Here we go. Yeah, easy. You get a gap like that, Fallen's going to wait for it all day long. So first kill, and now the second going the way of MIBR to make this 13-5.
Yeah, but there's an opening. Something. Kenny S will get it. It's Lucas, the low HP player they get. Man advantage still sits with MIBR, but there's still 2 SMGs out there. Problem is only 1 smoke and a couple of flashes here. Kenny just trying to bait out a shot. He's actually given up the bomb there in the main entrance position, and I feel like Fur is well aware of it as he is starting to encroach on that spot. Sitting there now, he knows that they pretty much have to go towards outside. If you grab the bomb, you don't have time to run inside and get the plant in. I think they have to commit to this. Flashbang there. Amanek not knifing out towards inside, so that's going to be the case, and they're done for. He'll have to find multiple kills here, try and get a plant. I don't think there's time to even find a couple of frags, so that's going to be the round.
Amanek does swing out. Oh, I thought his aim was going to get to Zeus fast enough, but 3 players still to find. It is the round. That is MIBR. Now 3 away from the series.
And money, $3,000 per player. Timeout is going to be required. Phew. This is a tough call. Do you just throw caution to the wind and buy into it with what you can? I'm seeing Mac 10s purchased. They are not fully investing. They're going to try and do what they can with 3 flashes, Deagles, Mac 10s, and a CZ. Flashing outside and rushing Ivy by the looks of things. If they can catch an AWP out with a couple of missed shots, that could be something here. But Jax towards Olaf, he'll have to get a 1D, not going to happen. And here comes a big spray down. Lucas for 2. That's enough to win the round, I would say. Fallen there to back it up. Shoxy, great with the Deagle, as you can see, but with 31 HP, this is now impossible to actually do anything more with. They don't even really need to challenge him here, but they know he's low. Taco's going to get control of Pop Dog. But to finish things off, it gets even more interesting now. Taco just trying to make sure this round is in the bag, doesn't want to overcommit. Shoxy has a slight chance now. The fact he's got a minute on the clock, if he can surprise one of them, he can bring this to a 1 versus 1, but still so much work to do after that.
Yeah, that's certainly true. There's a lot it would still have to work for. Shox backs away. And gets to Ivy with the bomb. They're pushing through the tunnels, the halls. And Fallen is smartly held toward Pop Dog because now he can see them. So I was going to say, even if he gets to the site, I think Taco would catch him. But Fallen spots instead, and he's also identified they could.
Yeah.
Did you see him go back toward the backtracks? Yeah, he stepped out, so he certainly did.
He can just go inside off this one, opts to get the rifle, and we'll see if this is going to be enough damage towards Taco now. He actually has a fighting chance here. 3 kills. Shoxy might be able to save the day. He's got a plant inside all day long. 14 seconds. Shouldn't be any issue getting it planted. Smoke for Fallen. Diffuse kit available. This could be one of those classic Shoxy moments. Here we go. Bomb down. Fallen. Pistol out. He's been told that the HP is low. And Shoxy not going towards the lower ramp. He's actually pushing in towards the CT spawn. He makes it in as well. Full defuse could be on the cards. You're going to smoke the bomb, full defuse, knowing he's low. He always have to come through and spam. But what's the play here? Time ticking away. Fallen checking this? He's not. I think he's done enough to smoke on the bomb. Full defuse, I think, is pretty much his only option now.
And he's put the smoke out early enough that Shox is able to move and get closer. He's going to go in with the knife. He's going to go right by him. He's going to go right by him.
Shame. It was a great shot from Shoxy there. The fact he got that close, but Fallen, as I mentioned, that was his only option at that stage. And it's so anticlimactic. He went for the knife instead of the spray, because if he had gone for the spray, I dare say he gets it. He had the M4 on his back, but wanted to try and guarantee it with the stab. Couldn't find it, and that's going to be a deflating moment for CTs. And you know what has happened here? A timeout as well, just for them to stew over it. 14-5, Fallen just had to defuse the bomb in the smoke, and here we are. Shoxy, he probably knows he had that one. He was well within reach of it. Doesn't work out for him. 14-5.
Well, I mean, he played it so well to get to that position.
Yeah.
He got Taco down, and then he planted, held a good angle.
Just the smoke. As soon as I saw that smoke, I thought that's the only option Fallen has. If he gets past the 3-second mark and he survives, there's a real good chance he gets it.
Well, 2 now for MIBR. All that is needed. And again, this started with very little and got very far for Fallen. This kill, I thought, opened everything up because he knew where Fallen was, and you said it. He could run the backtracks. Exactly what he did. At this point, it was already too late. So smoking quickly from Kenny, flash over as well. There is still guns on the side of G2, obviously coming off of what was the Deagle from Shox. They now go back to rifles. Kenny will have the AWP. Dominic with a Molotov already in at Ivy. That hole that contains Lucas, but he'll spray into it, hoping that someone's peeking on the other side. Paul, meanwhile, inside of the brown halls. Looking to work its way inside as Zeus, not the only one here, is up on top of yellow with Taco elevated near the lower entrance.
Yeah. Problem with Zeus's position, that's the old one and done there. If he gets one, I'll be impressed. That's all he has to do, remember. It's a good incendiary, decent damage. It counts for a couple of kills here, but it's the advantage towards G2. Now, you don't necessarily have to go for this if you're MIBR. You've got 14-5 lead. It's very unlikely you win this round. I feel like holding on to the rifles is the best call. Looks like that's what they'll do. They have another buy if they do this, so that's perfectly fine. Zeus manages to get one, like we said, that's his quota. Gets it, but still, the double kill coming from G2 does grant a victory here, and Shocks, he'll be on the hunt. And Fur looks like he's going down. Okay. Don't even know how that happens, to be honest. That's insane.
They'll welcome it because it keeps them with rifles AK now instead of an M4 even for Fur.
He was not ready for that. How does he win that duel? Remarkable.
Well, G2 at least get the round 6th for them, first of the second half. And they'll keep the AWP up in the hands of Kenny. He's almost got another one in the pocket as well. They've got a full buy in hand. Definitely try and work their way back in, similar to how they almost did against Liquid yesterday. One round at a time, and maybe start having fun again. That was what we noticed yesterday during the Liquid period. That was when that's why we make the chicken reference. They were throwing it around and messing with each other, and right now they look anything but happy with what's going on. Lucas will take down Lucky start that MIBR will love.
He is in that position every single round and finding an opening kill. It's Lucky that keeps challenging it. It's not required, and there was no potential to even get a kill back in return. AK is there. CTs don't necessarily need it. Already got one in their arsenal. Looking for series points here. If it goes 15-6, there's pretty much zero chance GT bring it back, but if they can pull this round back, there might be a chance. Luca's over-aggressive there. Jax just waits for him to walk into it. Didn't have to take that challenge, but G2 will welcome it. Inside finish could be on the cards here. Heading towards inside play. It shocks here Pop Dog for a potential backstab. We will see. Smokes down this time. Amanek with the Molotov, a bit of a fake here. You can see them rotating back towards outside. They've actually done a pretty decent job of causing rotations, but now Fallen is well aware. Hits the first, but Kenny takes his head off.
Clean off. Fur. AK. Good weight. Catches Kenny back turned. Nearly gets Jax. Puts him down to 26. Makes it much easier for both Zeus and Taco to potentially close out the round as Almanac wants to protect his teammate. Planting didn't quite spot the man at the back tracks. A little bit of damage dealt in return, but that gives Taco's position away. It's this position that's much better. Zeus finding Almanac. Continuing to be impressive. Jax will get him down. Perfect trade from Taco, and it's mapping series point.
Damn. Well, there it is. A real chance there for G2 once the bomb was planted, but a nice flank from Zeus. He manages to get that one kill we talked about and take the attention away from the final frag and enabling Taco to find the AWP and salvage absolutely everything he can on the floor. Diffuse kit there, no problem at all. Series points in the bag, and it's G2 now with 9 rounds in a row required just for overtime. This has been a really woeful day in the office for G2. Not the team I've been casting the last couple of months, I'll tell you that much. I feel like they're inside their own heads a little bit too much. And MIBR actually enjoying themselves in terms of, like, there's no pressure here at this tournament. They know they're not going to be...
And I've heard the mood inside of the team is great now with, you know, Cold wanted out. That's never a comfortable scenario.
Yep.
And likewise, they seem to be happier, you know, splitting with him, and maybe there was some animosity there. So, yeah, I think you're right. Have fun here and enjoy it.
Well, this is enjoyment personified, perhaps, as we've got Zeus with the auto sniper looking to close things out, and we'll see Fur with the first, the second, and maybe with the killing blow here as G2 will be at a disadvantage here in round number 22. It could come crashing down here with Zeus caught out. Now it's towards that connector. Auto sniper not working out for him, but Fallen's AWP certainly is. Lucky and Amanek to save the day. Amanek's in a great position to get a frag here. Does he take it cleanly? Oh, about to say, just take those when you can. The way these boys have been playing today, need to be very careful indeed. Lucas might have secured things now. Smoke will deny Lucky the trade. And at this point, he has a minute on the clock. 2 flashes, no bomb.
Lucky swinging, Taco finding, MIBR through, and you can see the jubilation with it. Absolutely, Zeus should be pleased because he was a big part of this. And yes, G2, I would be shaking my head as well. Yesterday, they looked as good as anyone in this event. They looked like they had an answer for Liquid on